Previously on Horrible Film Recaps.
I told you not to grab the last piece of pie.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Oh, guys, did I use too much bronzer?
And now on to our feature presentation. The name of this film is Lethal Weapon, which is what you call my jokes. This is Christmas City, a holly jolly little city, where the streets are paved with water, and Benji hides out from the law before he can get to the border of Collie. Herbie, after a rough night with a candy stripper, decides to wash out the aftertaste of cinnamon with some fruitcake beer. Bacon tastes best when it's piping hot and sizzling right out of the pan. Detective Rudolph wears the latest fashions from Mr. Rogers of Mistletoe Hills. Clarice squeezes a chicken too hard. Herbie, failing out of dentist school, sees an ad for that very school. And he's hella unjolly because his wife left him for the Easter Bunny. Every day, Rudolph takes safety measures when he tests to see if he finally has the force. Herbie, a detective in the elf squad, assists to help bring down a disgruntled elf who is getting screwed by the man with the huge sack. Herbie knows how to handle a disgruntled elf. Women can't wait for a chance to sample fabric. Herbie waits for the jingle-jangle of his shoes, and he knows elves only use toy guns. Plus, they couldn't hit the broad side of a gingerbread house from too much candy. The elf has a heart attack. The elf squad thinks Herbie is a couple of bows short of a gift. Rudolph goes to see the Ice Queen about the lack of snow. This year, she tells him to go see Frosty. She deals in ice, 'cause she's a frigid bitch, trying to score some pure snow. Herbie turns to snow pushers from Alaska, but testing the sample, Herbie can taste the granular particulates and cornstarch. It's confectioner's sugar, and this is what it does to strung out elves on the edge. Little does Herbie know that Elfie, the Christmas tree, doesn't mess around. Herbie manages to escape the tree kingpin, but one of Alfie's undead goons grab him. The ATF Alfie Tree Enforcement Squad were monitoring the situation to get the goon to let him go. Herbie uses a primitive form of mind melding. In lieu of real steak, Herbie tries to contain the swelling with a framed picture of steak. If the caroling squad mess up good King Wenceslas, they won't be singing or swallowing solids for a long time. Dr. Christmas Jones confides in Captain Yukon about the state of Herbie's mental state. Yukon heads to the only important office in the building. Herbie says joining the Snow Squad is better than joining no squad. Captain Cornelius tells Rudolph that he will be partnered with a strung-out elf on the edge of the desk. Rudolph sees misappropriation of office materials. Remembering the eye incident of 1982, Johnson tells him he was in junior high. Head, Rudolph snaps into action. He tries to stop history from repeating itself. Snow Miser watches his favourite band, Skid Snow, when Winter Warlock shows up with a new snow distributor from the Himalayas. If he brings them enough snow to shove up their stupid white they'll snow for a year, Snow Miser will compensate them with Casio men's stainless steel calculator watches, DBC 6111 VT. Rudolph looks for the closest everything must go store to buy wrapping paper, but is slightly miffed about the lack of inventory. Herbie mentions about an elf named Willy, wrapping paper Willy. Rudolph is stunned by this new revelation. Herbie says he will get the number. Calling Willy on his Geiger counter, TV, VCR, stereo, cellularized phone, he tells them to come to his workshop. It will have a big wrapping paper gate. As they enter, they hear the distinct sound of defense of a new invention. Wrapping paper Willy, due to trauma, has visions of sugar plums trying to steal his translucent waterproof wrapping paper, an idea that could save millions of lives, except his. They see a shiny quarter on the bottom of the pool. They will have to wait for deep pool divers to retrieve the quarter, and if time permits, Wrapping Paper Willy, while deep driveway fishing, Rudolph and Herbie share that night's catch. The flashing arrow indicates where candy strippers can be found when visibility is low on a rainy night. Rudolph is happy to receive the Christmas evidence from his family. The sketch angels that they can't hear on high, sweetly sketching the lead they need. Sending them downtown to No Snowho, to whose house, Frosty's house, While working on re-shingling the roof with a corncob pipe and a button nose, Frosty gets a whiff of the sweet smell of natural gas. They pull Frosty's slushy body out of his slightly cooked gingerbread house. They find that Frosty's stove was preheated to explode. They also find out that Frosty hangs out at a nog bar with Jack Frost called the Snowball. Jack Frost explains that Snow Miser, Winter Warlock and himself have lost their magic to make snow since they started the war on San. Just at that moment, the Egg Nog Squad sends their stealth helicopter to neutralize room temperature Nog, hitting Jack Frost in the process. Choking on his own warm nog, Jack says to find Snow Miser, having trouble seeing in the dense rainy night. The Rudolph mobile, with its nose so bright, will guide them home tonight. They really don't understand the DoorDash app. The letter says, snow is white, blood is red, so come to the Badlands, or you will be understanding what's going on. Bad guys will always call with a follow-up survey, and to have a holly jolly Christmas with no snow this year.
Might just as well go to bed and start dreaming about next year.
There are a lot of holes out in the Badlands, elf-sized holes. Rudolph pulls into the sand lot and rudely takes up 2 parking spaces. Rudolph knows who they are, but he doesn't know where they are. Then, like magic, they magically appear delicious. Rudolph demands a blizzard of snow answers. The mighty Bobo asks why he must have answers, because Rudolph is holding a thermal detonator ornament. Winter Warlock thinks Rudolph is his kind of scum, fearless and inventive. Rudolph only wants to know what happened to the snow this year. Winter tells him they sold what magic they had for sweet confectioner's sugar to control the elves, so they can force Santa into going bankrupt, closing the toy factory, letting the bank seize the property where Snow Miser, Winter Warlock and Jack Frost, with money they made from selling their magic to the Himalayans, could buy Santa's castle from the bank and turn it into a ski resort and sell expensive precious snowballs to the rich and infamous of the world in the gift shop. But they had to kill Jack Frost because he made a mistake, and they had to erase that mistake by exploiting his love of warm egg nog and standing in front of unbullet-proof glass windows. Rudolph says okay. This concludes the movie recap. Oh wait, I still have another half an hour of movie. Sorry, folks. Rudolph got angry and used his magic he borrowed from Doug Henning to make himself disappear. The limo, being a friend of Santa's sleigh, goes to warn St. Nick. They shoot up Rudolph's car because it's seen and heard too much. Rudolph isn't getting away, but the limo will have warned Santa. Meanwhile, Herbie was at the day spa getting an electrocution massage, but Herbie paid for the hour and the masseuse only did about 10 minutes, so the only tip he was getting was strangulation of the neck area. But he hears torture going on in the torture room next door. Rudolph didn't have to pay for his torture session. It was on the house. They pour confectioner's sugar into the wound as a soothing balm of pain. Just then, Herbie goes bananas and uses the pain skills he learned in dentist school. If you're a henchman, please focus on your footing and not your target. If you're the Winter Warlock, you can commandeer any vehicle for a quick getaway. It's in the Christmas City Constitution. Snow Miser needs to get out of Christmas City before it's too late. Rudolph finally confronts his fears of dark alleys and cars, coming at him to run him over. He attempts to play chicken with the Snow Miser, but then instantly realizes he's not in a car. Plus, word has gotten out that Snow Miser is mean to cars, having already killed Rudolph's car earlier. The limo's best bus bud is laying low, waiting for the right moment to seek revenge. Confectioner's sugar is highly flammable when exposed to an explosion, or even an explosion from a different angle. Herbie, having missed the explosion twice, asks if Rudolph could do it again. Rudolph signals, "Go on, git." Winter Warlock asks the cops if he can shoot up Rudolph's door. They say, "Go right ahead. After 8 o'clock, please shoot bullets through the mail slot." Winter finds a note that says, "Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be getting the out of my house." 75% of car accidents happen in the home. This was the first and last time they let Deputy Club, Billy Nightstick Club, drive as Warlock leaves. His icy heart starts melting, killing him. Rudolph and Herbie wondered, Maybe Christmas, they thought. Doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a candy stripper is also called a This is also the night Benji came home. This concludes the movie recap. For realsies this time, Winter Warlock was such a loser after all. Good day to you all. If you enjoy my nonsensical ramblings, please like, subscribe and leave a comment.